Welcome everyone to Coaching in Session. My name is Michael Rearden and I'll be your mindset coach today. And today we're going to be talking all about the journey of happiness. And you might think of Hollywood like The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith and how we went from one struggle to the next and at the end there's a fairy tale happy ending. Now sometimes life can be that, but sometimes we have to go through a lot of challenges and a lot of turmoil before we can get to a good moment in our life. But the way we see things is going to be our perspective on our situation. So we're going to learn how to be happy even if we don't have all the things in our life that should make us happy or the things that society tells us will make us happy. So we're going to dive into that today. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe and to share this video and our audio. So as you know, Monday is going to be a blog day where we talk about the most recent blog. And today's blog is going to be talking about the journey of happiness. So the journey of life to happiness, because who doesn't want to be happy in their life? Many people want happiness. If you ever talk to someone who wants to get a divorce, you don't make me happy. I just want to be happy. They're putting this happiness as something that is like the golden goblet where we're saying, this is what we need. I'm vying for happiness. But happiness is not so much given by a person to another person. It's something that we have to understand. Hey, I can get happiness because of me, not because of you. And when we think about happiness, if we're looking at this blog, we're going to be seeing some of the key reasons why we might be happy or why we might not be happy. And there's going to be a difference in mindset. Now, I can be happy with $100 in the bank. But if I say, are you happy with $100 in the bank? You might say, no, of course not. What can I get with $100? I can't even pay my rent. So you might need more than $100. But does that mean $100 is not enough to make someone happy? No, it just depends on the person's current situation. Maybe they need that $100 for something. Maybe they want that $100 for something. So there's going to be a difference between need, want, should have. All of those different things play a role if we can be happy. Now, what is happening in our society today is that we are having a lot of entitlement happening. And that entitlement is telling people, I want this right now. I need this in my life right now. And they think that's going to make them happy. So they force themselves to say, all right, I'm going to go to this 9 to 5 so I can buy this Louis Vuitton, or I'm going to buy this Coach or this Chanel, whatever it be. And once they get it, they're filled with, of course, good endorphins, but then something happens, the shine wears off. And now they need a new pocketbook, or they need a new toy, a new car, new pair of clothes. It's always going to be a forever wanting, a forever yearning if we use materials to make us happy. So the journey of life to happiness is going to give you a perspective of not only what happiness is, not only what success is to you, but what you should be kind of gearing your thought process toward if you're seeking happiness in your life. The destination of happiness is going to be a falsehood. Happiness has no destination because once we get used to that destination, happiness is always something that seems to be moving. It's always in transit. And what we have to understand is that, yes, we might find happiness at some point. We might find happiness with a person at a specific location at a given goal. But then as we sit there and as we relish in the fact that we received this happiness and that we got to this goal, guess what happens? Happiness somehow, some way escapes. In the middle of the night while we were sleeping and tucked away and comfy and cozy, happiness is no longer there. It vanishes. That happy day you got married and you had your kids is now filled with remedial stress from the world. We're so worried about making ends meet, listening to the boss, putting on a smile, faking it so we can just get through our day. I had saw a video. It's an older video of two black couple, and it could just be an interview where there was a black man and a black woman, and the black woman wanted the husband to come home and smile, and the black man was saying, I can't come home and fake it after I've been faking it all day long. And this was a time when racism was alive, segregation was there, prejudice forever present. He said that he couldn't just go home and fake it after he faked it all day for the white man. We don't have that color gap anymore where I'm faking it for a certain culture, a certain ethnicity. I'm going to be faking it because I'm just not fulfilled in that work I do. So many people go off, they get a degree that they don't know about because schools don't teach you about, well, this degree is going to allow you to do this, or this degree is going to allow you to do that. And they don't give you a test sample. Hey, try this degree out, and then if you like it, you can purchase it. No, it's kind of like, well, purchase it, and if you don't like it, oh well. Many people are like, oh crap, I just purchased a degree I don't want anything to do with. Young, we don't know the concept of a student loan. We don't know the concept of what psychology might be entailing to, or nursing, or being, becoming a lawyer. We don't know what that work is. And then when we finally do it, we find out we're not fulfilled. But the whole way toward that goal, toward that degree, we might have found some happiness. And heck, even on graduation day, all smiles, everyone's ready, flowers, cap and gown. We made it. We graduated. Now, it is an accomplishment graduating in college. But at the same time, what comes next? Challenge. Struggle. Is happiness there? Maybe, right? Depending on our mindset, depending on what we chose as a career. But we're always going to have good days. We're always going to have bad days. We're always going to be less than optimal, less than 100%. But we have to understand that just because we're less than 100% today doesn't mean we have to be less than 100% tomorrow. But many people choose to remain insufficient. They say, this is who I am, and they don't change it. Just because of a circumstance or of a difficulty or a challenge or an obstacle, that doesn't mean happiness is going to not be able to reach you. What we have to do is not so much wait for happiness to come to us, but we have to go to that happiness. And it's not in the sense of we're going to the goal of being happy. It's going to be in the sense of, how can I find happiness? When you find it, are you keeping it? Because many people are finding quick happiness here and there, and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. And before you know it, you don't know what you want, because that is what we are training our mind to think. I need this to make me happy. This person has this and I'm jealous. So if I get that too, I will feel happy. Or you see someone with a smile because they got a brand new car and you say, whoa, I want that same smile. So we're looking at happiness in all the wrong lights. We're seeing it in the view of the material things of the world. But there's more to life than just the material things. Now, when we look at success, what does that mean to you? You might say being successful means that I'm financially free, I have passive income, and I have a big house. Maybe if you have some pets, a family. There's many, many things that you can say that, okay, this is what success is for me. But then I'm going to ask you, why do you label success that way? That's $1 million question. You might say, because when I was younger, I didn't have this, so now I want this. Maybe you might say, I'm trying to keep up with the Joneses. Maybe you might say, society told me, school told me this is what I should be getting. So then that's what we think is success. But you can find someone who has nothing. Holes in their clothes, but they'll have the biggest smile in the world. Yet we're walking around with a fake smile on our face, coming home and not willing to smile for the people we care about the most. The day is tough and it beats us up. But why do we choose to allow the day to weigh heavy on us even when it's said and gone? Because the next day we have a new opportunity to be happy, right? To create something. But many of us just stay with the same thing. We keep on with the same routine and we wonder, is this what life is? Is this what life consists of? Suffering, pain, challenge, turmoil, and brief moments of joy. The problem with many people today is not that they don't have enough joy, it's that they don't pay attention. Because there's going to be people and circumstances that you might never ever get into. You might have never missed a meal in your life, but yet you're worried that your friend didn't send you a text or your boyfriend or girlfriend didn't send you a text, and you're upset and you're depressed. You're all alone. You're not happy. But there's someone in the world who right now is all by themselves, empty belly, and they don't know if they're going to make it till tomorrow. Where is their happiness compared to yours? You might say, well, if you put it that way, Michael, yeah, of course, then, I could be happy. But why do we need to see someone suffering just to see our own happiness? I'm glad I'm not that person. I'm glad I have this life. No, that can't be the way that we look at life. We can't view success that same way. It just won't work in the long run. Eventually it's going to catch up to us. And our subconscious mind is going to say, hey, this is a lie. You're living a lie. And many people live a lie. Why do you think we can go on social media and you see all these people on jets, all these people flaunting all their relationships and everything? They show you all the good stuff, but they don't show you the bad. That sadness, that depression that they have within them. They put on a smile for the world. Just like that interview I was telling you about earlier. He goes off and he fights the world by himself, and he comes home to a wife and a family, and he has to put a smile on. What does that feel like? To put a smile on that has no place in that situation, to go into a job you hate every single day, to be in a relationship that you cannot stand anymore. And we can fix many things, right? We can fix your career, we can fix your relationship, we can fix your happiness and your success, your bank account. All of that can be fixed, but it requires you first to acknowledge that you're not happy. And you have to be real with yourself. Are you happy? Yes or no? And many people might say, yeah, kind of. I got money in the bank. I have a roof over my head, food in my belly. Is that what happiness is to you? So that means when you get a new car or a new toy or a new relationship, you don't feel any sense of delight, any sense of joy? No, that is not happiness. What you were describing was superficial things, superficial happiness. But that happiness is just a commodity nowadays. It's a normalcy. Because if you don't have it, you're going to feel inferior to everyone else. So yes, you might need those things. Money, the car, the house. But who are you trying to impress? Are you doing it for yourself, or are you doing it for someone else to see and say, wow, you're so lucky? Maybe I am lucky. Maybe all that hard work I put in, showing up every single day, maybe that was the reason why I'm lucky. Maybe, right? Because there's a way to reach happiness, and there's a way to stay exactly where you are. And I guarantee you, there's going to be people listening to this podcast that are going to stay exactly where they are. They're not going to wake up tomorrow morning and they're not going to say, I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. I'm going to make this the best day of my life. I am able to have good things, and I am able to have massive amounts of success, and I am able to be happy. There's people who are going to wake up and they're going to continue with their routine that has not helped them over the years, and they're going just to allow their life to dwindle away because they chose not to choose more in their life. The snooze button, the job you don't like, the relationship that doesn't fulfill you. All of those things are just going to pile up on top of you, and you're going to feel heavy. You're going to feel weighed down, and you're not going to want to shed that weight. The weight of the world, the weight of your circumstances is heavy, and it weighs on your mind and it weighs on your life. So we have to begin to shed that veil of negativity, of unneededness, of unnecessary ideals, whether from us, from society, whoever. And we need to say that I'm going to choose more in life. And this blog, The Journey of Life to Happiness, is not called The Journey to Happiness for your life for a reason. The journey of life to happiness, because we spend our whole life trying to get to this destination, this happy place. And we have to understand that just because we try to get happiness, it's going to be like holding on to water. If you try to grab it and squeeze it, the water will seep out of your fingertips through all the crevices. But there is a way that we can become fulfilled and find happiness in our life. And that idea of being grateful and having your hand open and forming a cup and filling up that cup, that bowl, that hand, then you can start to fill your life with abundance. So in life, we have to start to fill our life with things that are going to be more profound in the sense of, are we able to get happiness? Will we get happiness? Yes, it's possible. But many people stop at the moment of fear, the moment of struggle, turmoil, you name it. People don't want a challenge. People want easy. People want things given to them. Happiness is not something that's passed out on the corner. Unless you have a strong mindset, happiness is something you have to work toward. And even if you have a strong mindset, it's something that you have to become resilient in maintaining. Because happiness is not so much a destination, but a state of mind. Because if I can have a strong state of mind, then my happiness is going to be dependent on me. Not on what the world says, not about my relationships, not about what I have, me. I am the person who's going to create all the happiness in my life. Now, of course, there's going to be things and people that can embellish it, make it a little bit better. But I'm not looking for just a little bit better. I'm looking for what can I do to make sure I feel the maximum benefit of happiness. Because if we look at the studies, being happy or being positive has better health benefits than being negative or unhappy. So yes, we can fake it till we make it. We can put a smile on and show the world our pearly whites. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be happy in the future. What are you doing to change that circumstance that you pretend to be happy in? I find many people don't even do anything to change that. They say, this is my life and this is what it will be. So as long as I have this, I'm going to consider myself lucky. And I will fake that smile until the day I die. The journey of life for you was lived short, all shy of happiness because you were unwilling to push yourself and to give more of yourself and to find a new profound meaning of what is life, what is happiness, what mindset is going to help me get to the place that I would rather be than I currently am. That is where we have to start to address the problems that we're giving ourselves. And that is going to be a facade of fakeness. All of this fluff that's happening is a distraction. It's to keep us in a constant loop of struggle. The struggle doesn't have to be there in life. You can have success, you can have happiness, you can have all those wonderful things, but you have to will it. Do you want it? Yes. Will you do something about it? Yes. Then what are you doing today? What will you do tomorrow? How can you make sure that every single day you show up and no matter what path lays in front of you, you're going to conquer it, you're going to reach the end, the mountain peak per se, and then continue on that journey and to fulfill your purpose, your passion, your gift, whatever you want to call it. We have a sense of duty that must be fulfilled intrinsically. Our soul wants something and we have to be willing to find out what that is. And then yes, maybe we can say, I'm happy. But at the end of the day, it's all going to be mindset. Because even if you don't do what you love, even if you don't do what you're passionate about, you can still be happy. It's just a different way and it's more challenging that way. I find that many of the people who have true happiness do what they love. And right now, many people in the world do what they hate, or they hate what they do. So happiness is just one of those temporary brief moments that come in and out of their life. If you're looking to make happiness permanent, something that's going to be prominent, you're going to want to get yourself a coach. You're going to want to get someone that's going to be on your side and saying, hey, let's get to this place, and we're not going to stop. And until you get there, you don't stop either. And when you get there, you have to do the maintenance work to remain there, because happiness is going to keep trying to run away from you, and you have to be strong enough to always keep up with it. So there's a lot to it. But if you have someone in your corner, like a coach, therapist, whoever you choose to help you on that journey, understand that the work must be done by you. So you have to show up, and you have to put in that work to walk that path, that energy to walk that path for your whole life. Some days you might not want to show up again. You have to. You have to make sure. And again, you're the person who's going to make everything possible in your life. Doesn't matter what people say. You choose. So you get to choose good, or you get to choose whatever you get. I would rather be in charge of what I get. And if you would rather be in charge of what you get, make that change today. What's stopping you? My name is Michael Rearden. I'm a mindset coach here in Austin, Texas. If you have any questions, you can email me, coachinginsession@gmail.com. Of course, if you want to work with me, revenconcepts.com. You can head over to the membership tab, find a membership that fits best for your budget, and then we can begin. And what we want is to begin the process so we can be in a better place, because the process of mindset and the process of happiness and the process of life, every day is going to be a day we have to show up. And if we don't show up, that's when things start to go astray. So let's stay on task, let's stay focused, and let's get what we were always destined to have. I will see everyone on the next episode of Coaching in Session. Until then, everyone, take care.